This episode is sponsored by Gamergy, the gaming energy drink made by gamers for gamers. Check it out in 4 great flavors: Purple Nurple, Red Alert, Binary Blue, and Epic Green. Hi guys, we're back at Wizard World with my good friend Sarah from Curly Q Cosplay. If you guys don't recognize her, she was that adorable Harley Quinn from Cedar Rapids Comic Con, and we loved her so much we had to get her back. We want to do a follow-up interview. We want to learn more about her. So, my first question, it's a doozy.
Oh.
How did you get into the world of cosplay?
I started cosplaying about 4 years ago. I had bought a cheap Arkham City Harley Quinn costume for a friend's birthday party because she wanted to do superheroes. And I'm like, well, I don't like superheroes. Can I come as a villain? And she's like, yeah, you just have to be in costume. And I had told another friend about it, and he's like, hey, there's this one-day convention in downtown Des Moines. You should go, and you should go in costume. And I'm like, okay. And so I did, and it was fun, and I kept doing it.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you kept doing it because I love seeing you everywhere. So you have such a bubbly personality. That's what I love about you. But what initially? Well, I guess we already answered that question. What initially got you into cosplay? So we'll go ahead and skip that. Okay.
Okay.
But Curly Q Cosplay.
Yes.
How'd the name come about?
I have super naturally curly hair. This is not it, by the way. This is a wig. But my hair has always been super curly, and so Curly Q was one of my nicknames growing up. And I was trying to think of something that could fit more than just, like, Harley, because I started cosplaying as Harley, but then I wanted to branch out as other characters, and I'm like, well, you know, Harley Quinn cosplay or something just Harley Quinn related isn't going to work anymore. So I thought about it, and I'm like, why don't we just go with Curly Q? Because it's kind of catchy.
It is catchy. I mean, and it's different too. That's what I like about it. But so what are your favorite and least favorite cosplays you've done in the past?
My favorite one is obviously going to be my classic Harley Quinn, which I will be here at Wizard World tomorrow as classic Harley Quinn.
And we will definitely get some pictures, okay, guys? Don't worry.
The least favorite cosplay that I've done would probably have to be, I cosplayed as Lady Thor once, and it's not because I don't like the character, but I rushed the build and it fell apart after a couple wears. So it's one that I would love to like take my time and redo and go back to be that character.
Well, at least you're not, putting it away just because. I mean, I'm glad that you're not just, throwing it out and saying I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
My favorite, and if you don't know this already, I'm a Star Wars nut. My favorite is when you did your tribute to Princess Leia. It was so...
I've done a couple Princess Leias, actually.
Well, I'm talking about this one.
Oh, the very first time I cosplayed Princess Leia.
Oh, I just loved it. I mean, I saw it on your page, and you put it up there on a Facebook page, tribute to Carrie Fisher and everything. And I was looking through all your cosplays, and don't get me wrong, I like Harley Quinn just as much as the next guy, But Carrie Fisher and her passing was just so sudden, and she's always been such a strong woman, and just seeing you in that, it naturally just became my favorite.
And that's actually why about a month after she passed, I ended up cosplaying Leia from the Battle of Endor.
Okay.
And
I've seen pictures of that. That was really good too.
It's probably my favorite Leia cosplay, just because it's not the two iconic ones that people remember, which is either the white robe or the slave Leia costume. It's one that people don't often think of, and I adore it.
Well, see, I think I would love to do, a Leia, but I can't ever get my hair in the bun, so I'm thinking bikini for myself, honestly.
Wig.
Well,
it's all about wigs, man.
Wigs. I sweat so much for wigs, though. But okay, well, let's get a synopsis here. You picked a cosplay that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Could you take us through the process of how you go through it?
I do a lot of research. Most of the time, my cosplay ideas start out from watching something or seeing something. Like, for example, I'm Stevani right now from Steven Universe. And watching the show Steven Universe, there were a couple characters that I wanted to cosplay. And I kind of thought, which one would be easier for me to put together first? Which one does not require a ton of body paint or a ton of work? And Stevani was naturally it. I mean, I already had most of the items I needed, So all I really had to do was make my gem and get the wig, and I was all set to go.
All right. Well, how many cosplays have you done to date, do you think? With iterations of Harley, I know you've done a few.
Okay, let's see.
We're gonna count.
3, 4, 5,
You need to borrow some fingers?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I had to, I'm gonna stop counting there because I'm losing track. So probably about 15 or so. A lot of them have been
are
like
Harleys?
4 or 5.
Wow.
So not half.
Third, but not half. But I mean, still impressive though. I've only done 4, so I mean.
Hey, we all start somewhere, and sometimes people stick with a cosplay longer because it's one that works. I mean, I wear my classic Harley cosplay all the time.
I mean, I remember when I first met you. It was last year at Midwest Comic Con.
Yes, you were Snorlax.
I promised you I would be doing something. I'm sorry I'm not doing it this weekend. I got caught up with other things. But I promise you, one of these days in the future, we will have a pulverizing pancake moment.
Yes.
But Snorlax, that's one of my favorites. It's just a great character. I love him.
Well, and it's super comfy.
Oh gosh, you guys have no idea. The only time I'm not comfortable is during summer, but during winter, it's like I'm hibernating. So we already know that you do a lot of Harley, so we'll skip that part. But do you like to cosplay characters mostly from a certain genre, or do you have what I like to call ooh syndrome?
I have ooh syndrome.
Ooh syndrome.
I mean, I have a Pinterest list that's probably got like 50 characters on it that I would love to eventually cosplay, but don't have the money to do the majority of them. So I'll be watching a show or I'll see something and I'm like, oh, I like that costume. I want to do that. And then it goes on Pinterest and then I go back to it eventually and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to cosplay that someday.
I've kind of done that myself, except I have it all of my Google Drive, so I'm like, okay,
yeah.
And I have a little, for every picture I have like I type it out, this is what I need, blah, blah, blah. But is there a cosplayer who inspires you?
A cosplayer who inspires me?
Besides me, of course.
The first one that comes to mind for me is Harley's Joker. That's his handle on Facebook.
I love that guy. He is really cool.
He's just the dedication that he's put into it, but also if we go a little bit more local, there's a guy up in Minnesota that I just recently had a photo shoot with. His name is Trevor Olson. I met him my very first time cosplaying. He was the Joker and I was doing my Arkham City Harley, and he was just the nicest guy, and he embodies the character so well, but he's also very like kid friendly, and he's just people friendly, and he's an all around great guy.
So we're talking Mark Hamill Joker here, fun, but
yeah,
okay.
But so he's actually one of the reasons that I kept cosplaying, because he really kind of inspired me and encouraged me to continue doing it and to kind of improve upon myself.
Okay, what was this guy's name again?
Trevor Olson.
Trevor, thank you. Thank you, Trevor. No.
And on Facebook, he goes by Mr. J-Ha.
Okay, we'll find him. Maybe we can. We'll put his. We'll try to find him. Put his information below, because anybody that can shoot some inspiration to you is worth showing off to anyone else. So I don't know if you've been watching, but there's that new show on Sci-Fi called Cosplay Melee.
Yes, I've seen 4 episodes.
Okay.
I haven't seen them all, but I've seen the first 4 because on the very first episode, one of the cosplayers, I don't remember her real name, but she's the redhead. She goes by Zombie on social media. And I followed her for a while because of her Raven from Teen Titans. And so as soon as I knew that she was going to be on the show, I'm like, I have to watch this.
Well, my question for you is, what did you think of the show, first of all? And second, what do you think about possibly, if it continues, do you think you might want to give it a shot, Maybe win a $10,000 grant there?
That'd be nice.
Wouldn't it?
I love the show. I think it's really creative, and it gives people a chance to show off their skills in building and everything. My problem is I'm still learning a lot of things about building. I'm not that good at it, and I don't know how to sew. So if I were going to go on it, I'd have to learn a lot first.
I'm still learning so much too. I mean, I meant to have a Harley Quinn cork gun here this weekend. it kind of fell through in the end. I ran out of whatever it is that holds stuff together. What was that? Spackle. I needed spackle.
Ah, okay.
But the concept was there and everything. I just ran out of time, so I didn't want to bring an incomplete item. But
no, I feel ya. I feel ya.
I am my worst critic, though. You remember the hammer? That hammer is only there to show my faults, so I can show everyone, don't do that. Do this to fix it. But so this is a touchy subject, and again, guys, I know you're probably tired of hearing it already, but I'm gonna say it every episode. This is not my opinion on anything. Cosplay is cosplay. It's play. Do whatever you want with it. I don't care. Okay? Just as long as you're having a good time, and as long as you're being, following the cons rules and being friendly, that's all I care about. But what are your thoughts on glamour cosplay? And for those who don't know what it is, taking a character, let's say Luke Skywalker. I name a random character every time. Luke Skywalker, somebody sexies him up, and instead of wearing like a classic Luke Skywalker outfit, you just have a nice G-string or something and a green lightsaber. I don't know, but sexying it up. What do you think about glamour cosplay?
I want Mark Hamill to cosplay this now. I'm sorry. Oh, that was great. That was
I'm just giving examples here. That's all I'm doing.
And for me, honestly, it's like you said, it's about having fun. It's not about like judging people because they are doing something accurately or they're not doing something accurately. I mean, I have 3 Harley Quinn swimsuits that I plan on doing shoots like on like a beach or something, and a lot of people are going to be like, well, that's glamour cosplay, that's not real cosplay. And it's about having fun and just doing something different, because things get boring if you do the same thing over and over and over again.
Well, I was planning on doing my own swimsuit edition, but then I thought about it and I thought, well, I don't want to show off too much of the goods, but that's just me, Check out.
You might have way too many people coming to knock at your door.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a married man too, so. But what? Okay, I have a bucket of money and all the skills you need in the world. What is your dream cosplay?
Only one?
Okay.
Only one?
Okay, how about I give you 3? I'll give you 3. So
dream
3 buckets of money, 3
Okay.
sets of skills, 3 dream cosplays. Go.
3 dream cosplays. I think one that I would love to do is one that I'm actually working on. I'm working on Hawk Girl from the Justice League animated series, but the reason that money and talent would be nice is because I would love to have self-articulating wings where I can just like press a button and they like extend or retract. And those are not cheap or easy to make. So that'd be one. Gosh, I don't know. There's so many cosplays. I'm like, can I look through my list quick? I don't know if you've heard of the game Alice Madness Returns. But it's kind of a darker twist on like the Alice Liddell Alice in Wonderland story.
Okay.
And she has a ton of costumes throughout that game. And there's a couple cosplays from that I would love to do. The biggest thing, one of them, it's like a Mad Hatter costume, but her entire left arm is made up of clock pieces instead of an arm.
Cool.
So it'd be really hard to pull off, but I would love to be able to do something like that too.
That'd be cool. That'd be different. Okay, so we've already talked about it a little bit, but let's go into more. Let's define it a little more.
Okay.
What does cosplay mean to you?
Cosplay to me is a chance to be myself, but also not, because I'm like super introverted in normal life, but getting to be in cosplay means I don't have to worry about what I would normally worry about because I'm not me. I'm this character. And I found that a lot of the characters I cosplay are very extroverted, out there, want to interact with everybody characters. And I think it's helped me a lot to get that way in my own personal life.
Right.
But cosplay to me is also, it's about the kids. It always is. Whenever I hear, this happened at Midwest Comic Con, last November when we saw each other. Okay. There was a little girl who saw me as Harley from across the convention hall, and she lets out this gigantic scream and comes running up to me and she's like, "You are my favorite." And that to me is, it's when you can affect kids like that in a positive manner, that's really what it is for me.
That's a real big win-win situation right there. So I'm going to go into a new thing I like to
Okay.
call the Sith Lightning Round.
Oh.
And
Oh.
what it is I'm going to give you two options.
Okay.
You're going to pick one
Okay.
without thinking. Okay?
Okay.
This is how we're going to get to know you a little more and see if you're the right kind of stuff here. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Maybe.
All right. Pokemon or Digimon?
Pokemon.
Okay. Marvel or DC?
DC.
Sci-fi or fantasy?
Fantasy.
Anime or manga?
Neither.
Okay.
I mean, if I really had to pick, I guess I would go anime, but I'm not really a big fan of either.
Okay. All right. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
All right. Well, I think we can forgive her on, one of those questions. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. But any tips or, thoughts for those who haven't decided to, because maybe some kind of insecurity or, maybe, oh, I don't have the money or the time. Any tips or thoughts to people like that who haven't gotten into cosplay, who, maybe you can inspire them?
There's always a way to make it work on a budget. You interviewed Larry Crane. He always makes his cosplays work on a budget. Most of my cosplays are like, this backpack was a gift and it just so happened to work with my cosplay. And so it's all about just kind of working out how much money you have, what you want to do, and going from there. And if you see a piece that you really want, then putting a little bit of money away here and there to try and save up for it. As far as time, it's all about making the time. I mean, I was still fixing up my hammer for tomorrow today once I got off work before I came here. So it's just finding those moments where you have some free time and you've got the motivation to sit down and go, okay, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to get it done. End of story.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Sarah, for being with me here today. It's always a pleasure to see you. You just have such, like I said, bubbly personality. It's one of the things I love about you. I can't help but smile when I'm around you. But guys, don't forget, we are sponsored by Gamergy today. I wasn't able to hand out any drinks because I didn't contact the right people. So unfortunate, but I will be handing them out outside of the convention center. I have some samples with your name on it if you want them. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you Sith Lightning that like button. And if you're new, use the Force to subscribe. And remember guys, we are the Force, each and every one of us. So let's connect. And we'll see you at Wizard World Day 2. Bye-bye.